BJ Worth, 6,300 jumps.
Roger Ponce de Leon, 11,500 jumps.
Kate Cooper Jensen, 8,500 jumps.
All right, guys, watch out for the big metal thing coming down the runway.
The team we've assembled here are some of the most experienced skydivers anywhere in the world. They have thousands of jumps each, and they've been on competition teams. We have many world champions, world record holders. It's a very, very strong team.
Guy Manis, 11,000 jumps.
Carl Daugherty, 12,760 jumps.
We have two different sets of challenging elements for this shoot. One is just the formations we're building by themselves are difficult. They're not like regular formations we would do on a skydiving weekend. We have some of the best skydivers in the world, and they're having a hard time building these large formations and keeping them perfectly still.
Gulshan Gilbert, 3,200 jumps.
Rusty Vest, 8,300 jumps.
We've got multiple locations every single day. We've got planes, we've got skydivers. And then on a day like today, we've got a massive day where we've got to nail it. We've got one chance with 2 planes, 50 people jumping out. They've got to land in a specific spot they've never seen before, through a flare. There's a big fat hole next to it, and they've got to get it right. And we've got to get it right. We've got 7 cameras running at once. We've got a helicopter up in the air, 2 telephotos embedded in the ground, 2 people on cameras, plus all our guys with the aerial cameras. And we've got to hope that the wind is perfect. Everything's got to be perfect.
Kai Wolf, 17,065 jumps.
Ginger Coolman, 5,000 plus jumps.
Most difficult thing on this project was yesterday when we were doing the mass openings, everybody opening, pulling their parachutes in the crowd. There was canopies everywhere, some of them swooping very fast, very close.
Tom Jenkins, 14,100 jumps.
Yesterday where I had to pull at 10,000 feet, and there was another plane load coming behind me, on top of me going up to altitude, and I had to spiral down really fast to get out of their way.
Yasuhiro Kubo, I have over 10,000 jump.
Larry Henderson, just under 5,000 jumps.
Shooting in 35 millimeters for the cameraman is bringing a lot of weight on your head, not getting hurt during the parachute deployment or hanging on the side of the plane or landing. But there's only a few of us that do this, and there's a reason.
Nick Fershner, 6,100 jumps.
Andy Railing, 3,000 jumps.
So on a normal day, we show up here at the drop zone at 6:45, and we listen to the daily briefing of what is expected of us for that day. On a typical jump, or on the first jump, we will gather around, all 45 of us. We will practice and do what we call dirt dive, exactly what we need to do. We might lay it down and we might creep it, which means getting on little creepers and turning ourselves so that we know exactly the distance that each other needs in the sky to make the perfect formation. It takes about 20 minutes to get up in the airplane, maybe 25 minutes for the airplanes to get to altitude. We're making a formation load, so 2 airplanes in the sky at the same time. They have to coordinate with one another for that dropping. We free fall for about 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, depending on the altitude that we get. And it takes about 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to come down under the canopy, meet again in the hangar, and go through it all over again. Figure out exactly what the next jump is going to be, go through the dirt dive again and again and again, sun up to sundown.
Eli Thompson, 14,800 jumps.
What I'm doing here with my chicken scratches is a rough draft of the drawing of the formation. It gives us an idea of what the shape of the formation is and how many people, in this case, will fit in each ring to make it look symmetrical and make it work.
I think the real thing about Honda that everybody really needs to understand is that all the work we're doing comes from a truth. And the truth about the new Honda Accord was, like many cars, it's not that easy to build. There was a lot of debate about what goes in, what goes out. And part of that process, that tension between the teams, is sort of part of Honda's DNA.
We found that the the engineers' sort of daily bread was difficulties worth doing.
We've got the skydivers, and we're demonstrating in a very sort of cinematic way this idea of people, pushing themselves to actually achieve their goals, and the different component parts of the car, and bringing to life the sort of ethos of Accord.
We have 3 primary formations. We're building a steering wheel, we're building a suspension spring, and we're building a rear view camera. So each of these formations got some very unusual lines, so it's going to be quite a challenge for us.
Something new every single jump, and that is so cool, because a lot of times we're team training and we do the same thing over and over and over, and so this has been a treat.
That's great fun for us, because that certainly isn't anything I've ever built before.
Christopher Irwin, 17,769 jumps.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? Each day, we only have 5 opportunities to jump. We have 2 jumps in the morning, 3 jumps in the afternoon. We have to go very quickly to get the jumps in the available light that the director wants. So we don't have many opportunities for mistakes. We have to get the job done and move on.
Good job.
And this group is so good. We went through a progression of first try at it was kind of rocky, not quite there. Second one, we got all the grips, but it still had a lot of tension. It was hard to fly. The third one was just quiet, beautiful, perfectly flying, so we got it in the can. It was great to see that progression. Super teamwork.
1, 2, 3, difficult is worth